Well, hello, my guys, gals, and non binary pals. We're back with colony survival, and we're continuing on our course of science and building out our great settlement here. Some things have happened. You might notice our corporate logo uh, kind of has some additions to it and might need to change soon. Probably not soon, but eventually we're going to need to change it. It has a little appendage coming off the end of it. So yeah, that's gonna need to change at some point. And what's probably gonna happen is this pillar is gonna move down. I might dedicate a space over here where we're not really utilizing the landscape to do it on one of these sides. But because of its location, ooh, we have come up with a problem. Remember, I was saying we needed to move these barracks because we were moving the stairs downstairs? Well, this is what has happened. We've had to bump out a little more. I'm using clay blocks right now. I My workers have got their priorities straight, so these blocks are, kind of low on the totem pole. So which is really weird because the lowest rung on a totem pole is kind of the any structure is most important because you need support not just in ourselves but in our buildings. I had to get rid of the little cabin here, which was okay because our guards weren't using it anyways. So I just added this, and if nothing else, I know it's going to be the look of it. Let's see if we've got some more the straw roofs that did the. Ooh, I can't get up here now. There we are. I think it was these roofs that had our. Yeah. More like leather roofs, but we haven't got into beast yet, so can't really say that's what they're made out of. Definitely missing some right here. Oh no. It's just a. Wait. Okay, visual glitch, I guess. But that's now complete. It's bigger, but it's kind of a little log cabin up here in the woods. You know, we might put a road going through. But I'm gonna go and take you through, do a little bit of the speed building that we did. Now we've got stairs coming in as soon as we come into our housing wing off of our workers area, and then going into our. Which I guess I can get rid of these because it's just our mines. Just our mines going down there. So I'll show that to you now. And there you have it. A little bit of the inside of the Calamity that produced this. So a little bit of mismashing, once we get whatever we're going to have these walls as, and that's going to be a whole nother thing. I didn't do the floors, because again, whatever we decide we want the floors to do is going to be a thing. But yeah, I kept them a nice little window and things like that. This one's just because of how the rock walls were, they gotta like jump, but they do get light in, and that's kind of most important. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Now, let's look over our beautiful landscape while we check out some science. So, as I said, the cook we won't really care about. It does give us bread, so you know what? Doesn't raise the monster level. We'll get that because that'll give us bread, which can be made there. So I guess we can do that. The statistics board doesn't give us anything, so we might just get that. If you get real in depth with the game, it, it gives you all of that kind of statistics. We need to purchase colony points to do this, which let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and see what that looks like. These are our sellables. I don't want to sell you. I've got 20 of you, so I think that's 4. We just needed 50. So let's go ahead and immediately do that, because that opens up some things. I'm seeing if I'm going to need these scrolls of knowledge a little bit more down the road. Build into that. This is just decorations, but maybe not this, because this is like the main entrance. But blocking off where the mines are. Maybe coming up here we can have, doors. Doors right here. Keep going this way to create more barracks as we need them inside of here. That might be nice. And probably no doors down in the mines. I really have no idea if doors stop the ghouls from coming into buildings, but I assume they do. So putting a door up there is good. You can't put doors around your flag as far as I know, because then you do the terror of a siege. And nobody likes the siege. So let's go on to science. Jewelry, that is another thing like the cups. And the coins, the jewelry, they kind of just made to be sold, as far as I am aware. But we're going to need to move on and make our scribes. We probably have scribes. Let's go off on a tangent. We do. We have 2 of you. Which, you know what? I believe scribes require 10 scrolls nearby in order to find data for their research. So, actually, we should wait until there's 10 of those. But let me make sure the writer's desk, which our library is kind of down here, that's going to be a project. It says to only make 4 of those. We're actually going to bump that up to 20. And since we have 3, let's go to one where you should make that. And then I'll put the other 2. Actually, I should probably move you to 2 and you to 1. Right. And just to be safe. There's only 2 things. We'll mess around with stuff more if it's needed. So there you are. Let's go back out into the light of the full moon. So the engineers, we talked about that, but that's going to need gold, which right now we need to trade for. Because I can't remember what these things are. I know this one is 10. Oh, you're brass. So what I'm going to do is shift over here and go down to the next level, which we won't do right now. Let's continue looking at science. We can buy gold, but let's see how much gold. So we're still needing colony points, but only 100, so we don't gotta delve into anything extra. But we need to find gold if we're not gonna buy it. Oh, the digger. I really want you. But you're 250. Let's go and look. Have they made? They've made. There's 50. So they raise it by 50. So we're gonna need to add three more, because if they're 50, we only need 150 points. So where do we want to do it? Just, do we want to create a treasure room? I think for right now, maybe I'm just gonna put. Wait a minute. What do you causes 3 threat? Which shouldn't be too bad. That would be 9 threat altogether. And I think we could be good. Let's do it. Of course, we're doing it now. You know what? Let's run right up there, just in case. 10 points. You know, I always come up this mountain just to look at it, but I need to make a more secure way. Oh, you shot right through me. That's why you don't jump up when combat is going on. So I believe we're getting to the end of the night, and there's not enough ghouls for us to really worry about. So I'm gonna have to not stay inside. I'm gonna have to stay outside so that I can know when it's nighttime and see how tomorrow is gonna be. But all of that worry, we need to buy some colony points, and I think we're just gonna have to. I mean, we've got these guys. There you go. Uh, 250. I think I made that perfect. And on the dawn of a new day, the digger. So we are going to need to build a treasury room, and I think it's a good idea that maybe we just make this it. I mean, we're going to have to punch it back, but this is going to change. Hopefully. Hopefully at some point. I could just make, like, little ledge. Uh, I yeah, I got 3 people, but this guy can go anywhere. He's just doing stone. Mandatory 2 people need to go up here. I can figure that out, but a little treasure. We don't got a lot of space to build. I didn't want to come up here, but I'm going to kind of show you a little bit about what this guy can do. So we've already got the width that we want. As far as this goes on this side, I said 3. Wasn't too sure what I was planning on doing. And that may change out later. First thing I need to do is just buy somebody, because we're gonna need to do a job for them. And then you've got to say, how deep do I want this? You know what? Let's just go 10 back, because we can expand. That's only 6. That's okay. Alright, so now we go to our jobs. Wait a minute. Did I actually buy him? I did. Unlocks digger areas. Oh, for the construction workers. I just missed that. Okay. Let's see. This is different. So let's do solid box, hollow box, cylindrical wall. Ooh, they've done stuff. But for right now, we're going to keep that. We're going to say remove all. And then just click it. And click it. And then you just, like, put a guy down. And that's it. So now there's a job. You can see our unemployed is gone. And he's just going to stand here and go with his laser beam powers and drop everything off here. And pretty soon this will all be gone. And we'll have to play around more with those digger jobs. Build, doing a wall and such. But when you're bringing out these, big squares and such, you have to get back here in order to tell them what to do. But that was my idea with these big rooms. You just, click on it and then you can have them remove the whole flooring. And when they're done, you come over when you get the builder and he can build the whole floor. So that's nice. So do we think this is going to be a big enough area for our library? I'm a big library person. What I'm saying is I don't know if we need to go over here and if I should have just assigned him to go ahead and dig that while we have him digging. Right now, we'll leave you because I'll probably shunt you to another job fairly soon. And for science, there we are, advanced construction, 1,000. Yeesh, 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 yeesh. Talk about another yeesh. A 50. A 50. 50 monster threat. This is more acceptable, but we need 500. So everything we have is going to be building up to our army. So I guess our next big construction job. This is just annoying me. It's just annoying me. Bam. Look how smooth that is. Of course, I probably should have just dug this out a bit. Whatever. Whatever. So where do we want our new corporate logo to be? Let's come out to the appendage. So eventually this line is, going to get long and crazy, and it just helps get our people, in the area. Giving them time in their range to kill them. Serpentine pattern is always the best. So let's see. Oh, I'm falling. I do think, we've got that thing right there. And we could just kind of, build something off that snowy roof. And because, blocking out here, you don't really want to interrupt. There, you know what, a lot of things. I'm saying a lot of damn and dars and doodles. Get off. But essentially, this is the level. This is the roof. It's not even the roof. This is the roof of our top floor. And we want to be able, we're going to expand it out that way, but since we have this big chunk right here, we could expand it out this way, which means this would want to be brought up. Don't fall. But what I was thinking is if we had, let's see, this is the roof, right? Is this low enough? Yeah, so if we had something about this height, this thing could be our walkway out. And in between these little lines, I'd have to, what are these, 2 wide? Yeah. These would be 3 wide, and there would just be, a walk up in between them, and just have, people killing them. And that's how we would do it. Yeah, I like that idea. I'd have to build it out first. So, where's my roof? Yes, the first white. This is my roof. And obviously it's not going to be made out of snow. So, You'll interfere with the height you are, but you gotta be moved up anyways. Look how tall that is. That's 3 layers up. So I would have to cut this short. And I might just make that the entrance to to force my guards to all live there. But no, they'd have to be able to get out because reasons. So maybe for right now, you know, we just build a little. You're not on the right line, but you know, you can work right here. No. You need to go up one more. Come on. Come on, you can do it. I didn't do it because I immediately thought I'm supposed to be up here watching these guys to make sure they're safe. Put that back. Seems to be going well. Yeah, so if I just had this right here, I would know this is their walkway coming up. And that helps hide a bit. Yeah, going all through here. And then it could come out this side. No. So I would have to level all of this off. Because this is much higher. Yeah. So then do I have room? This is right under that. So now the new walkway would be right here. Instead. Or maybe... since if we have a path going here all the way to the other side, we just say like, you know, I'm getting my bindings confused. For some reason, I thought shift was crouch, and I don't believe I've ever played a game where shift is crouched. Yeah, so we do that. And then they just, you know, I'm glad I was paying attention to make sure nothing bad was going on here. Yeah. Oop, nope. So yeah, so then you do something like that. And they can come up and, you know, stand right here. Or maybe just bring it back. Well, first off, this needs to change. To come over at least one. Right? Yeah. So that should be fine. I don't know if they can come over on the caddy corner like that. I may want to bring it back one more. Right? So if I put a slinger there. Ah! Yeah. So that's the idea. Which I do kind of like. But I do also believe that making this out of snow is just not going to work for us anymore. If we want to dust off our path, you know, we're going to need to do a little better. So I make it all? Jesus, thank you, Ruth. Thank you so much. You will need to stop right about there. Whoops. I'm going to go into siege mode. Yeah, so if you stop right about there, No, we'll have to bring it farther in. One more. I'm not too worried because nobody's made it past. A couple of them have made it past. I just think that's a little too close for what I want to do. I mean, this is going to change anyways. So let's think. I'm going to go have just so you know, I did not fall into the chasm, but I'm going to go off and think about the materials I want to use. And this is the struggle because, you need to build stuff and do stuff, and you've just got limited options. It's not like you can go out there and find it and make it yourself, except for like cobblestone, which, that might be, I guess, what we do, but it being up in the air, I do believe I am just going to stick with snow and leaves. Corporate logo in our memory. Your colors will survive. You don't have any beds in here. That was going to be a cut because I went around to check the beds while I was talking. But we need more beds. We need more people. Well, there's our beds. And now we just need people. So I think, let me check on our bows. We got 200. I think I only told them to make 200. Maybe 1,000. I don't know. Yes. So I'm going to go make sure we have enough for people to do bows. Our wheat situation's looking good. We might need another cook, which I think we can put down. They probably did. Yes, they did. So let's actually do some experimentation, something I didn't show you, just to round this all out. Oh, that was not the experimentation. I already know what that does. So, one thing you can do on here, it says 26 seconds, 1 raw meat, 1 firewood. And on you, 8.8 seconds. Is that true? Cooked meat and sorry. There was just because nobody was employed, I guess. So this is faster on cooked meat. And since we don't have fish, you don't need to do it. So actually, you you don't need to be worrying about that. You just go straight to making gruel and don't worry about, you know, having anything. Um, yeah. What I need to do is put a limit on this. Because with things like meat, you don't want it, I guess, clogging up everything else. So we have different foods. So 100 is gonna last us for a long time. So yeah. Um, what do you guys? You guys are lacking wheat. I guess because I have over. No, I don't. I've got 27. So is it just because your priorities were messed up? Because I mixed you all up with that? Yeah. So now both of you are just nonstop making gruel. And I actually think for right now, what it sounded like I cut something. I'm gonna do another person to make porridge. There it is. Blind. Alright, so you are placed the correct way. And then I'm gonna make you focus on meat first before porridge. Right. Okay, I think that's enough faffing about right there. Yeah. And we'll look at some other things once we get a little more stuff done. So what do we want to do next? I'm gonna think about it. I may do another speed build to bring us off, show you the product in the end. And I'm gonna decide if I want to move the tower as is, keep it as the central point, obviously move it out more, but kind of have it this thing coming up from the middle of our entranceway. And it's looking more like a satellite dish right now, but I'm gonna do that off camera because you guys are just gonna be looking at it sped up anyways. It doesn't matter if I'm yip 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 in the background. But thank y'all for stopping by, and you have a good one.